Welcome to the House of Wise podcast, the podcast where we talk about life, relationships, and the questions we're all trying to answer, along with the movies, shows, games, and moments that helped shape who we became. This isn't about having all the answers, it's about being real, figuring things out, and having conversations that feel honest. So, whether you're here for something light, something real, or just to feel a little less alone in your thoughts, you're in the right place. Welcome to the House of Wise. My name's Tommy. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Eden.
Hello.
Hope you guys all had a great week, Eden. We are here, episode 5 of our
5.
podcast. How are you feeling?
Whoa. I'm almost on to 2 hands of counting.
Oh, yeah. I see. Here's the thing. I don't count higher than that. So once those 2 hands are full, all 8 fingers are taken up. I don't really go further than that.
Wow. Also,
Yeah.
high five.
Dude,
Episode 5.
rude. Hit me in the face. Anyway,
Wake up.
dang it. Oh my gosh, it is early. Yeah, so should we just get into it? Like, I mean, there's been a lot that's happened over the
Yeah.
last week. We've both been working. I mean, when I say a lot's happened, we haven't really left our space all that much because of
Yeah.
working from home. But there's been a lot that's gone on this week. And so question for you today is there anything that's happened this week that's made you feel like the main character in life?
Yeah. So, I don't know how many people know, but we both live stream on a platform named Twitch.
It's the one that
And
you probably see in the news with, boobies out or somebody got banned because of like porn or whatever. Like, it has a bad reputation. All right. I
yeah.
get it. All right. It's not the best platform in the world, but it is a platform and it's a fun one to be on.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, the exciting stuff I do on there. The adult content that I have on
Oh my
there
gosh. This is basically your OnlyFans.
is is well, there's different categories that you can be in. And my category that I mostly use the live streaming for is co-working because we work from home. And uh so my coworkers are anyone that comes into the live stream and we just get to listen to music. We do timers. So you work for an amount of time and then you just take a break and everybody chats or does an activity together. And I reached 500 followers. So that was pretty cool. Like, what? 500 people have come in and been like, oh, cool. I like your stuff enough
Yeah,
to follow.
congrats on the follow. Like, that's a milestone. Like 500 followers on a live streaming platform. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, I feel so
Did you
famous.
just hit that like this week?
Yeah.
I knew you were
Yep.
getting close. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
How about
and so
you?
yeah,
How did you feel like
oh,
a main character?
this week, how did I feel like a main character? So we went to a place this week called the Puttery. If you're in DFW area, the Puttery, really cool spot. It's like a restaurant, bar, and mini golf. And we went and played some mini golf. We had some food, but it was the mini golf. So they've got these live leaderboards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the entire time we're on the course. I'm playing like I was playing pretty good. Like I don't want to toot my own horn here, but like when it came to mini golf, I was like the mini golf captain out there. And
All
trying to win
that
a
PGA
scholarship.
practice.
That's right. All that practice out here at the PGA really got me going. So anyways, we're at the Puttery and you know, they have four courses in this place. We only played 3 of them. And on 2 of them, I made the leaderboard, which for me was really cool.
Ooh.
Because these scores were pretty good. Like we had
Mm-hmm.
people in like the negative fives. We had somebody. The number 1 spot was on or that first course that we played, the rooftops, was like negative 24, and I was like, that's a cheater. Like that's somebody
Yeah.
who is
How's that
not honest on
possible?
the card. That is insane. Like, how do you get to negative 24 on a mini golf course? Like,
Right.
not every hole is gonna be a hole in one. That just but that's the card that they probably played because the way that
Yeah.
it works is at the beginning of every hole, there's a little iPad, and, it moves you along the course, which is it moves with you. So, like, if you start at hole 1, it moves you to hole 2, then to hole
Mhm.
3, then to hole 4. Really cool, setup that they've got,
Yeah.
and, you keep track of your score on that iPad. So, you play the hole, you come back, you put your score in, and then it moves you to the next hole. Um, no nobody's somebody's going in, they're tapping 1 all the way down. That's probably how that worked because that is the card that got delivered.
Yeah, it was
Cheaters.
an honor
I'm calling
system.
I'm calling foul play, all right? I want them to check the tape. There are cameras all over that place. I want them to look and just be like, let's check it. Let's make sure." And if he did get a hole in one on every single hole, I want him tested for steroids. I performance enhancing drugs. I don't know what it is. He's taking them. All right. I don't know what that is in mini golf. But anyways, I made the leaderboard. And
Yay!
so making the leaderboard, obviously I took some pictures of it and I felt really cool.
Putting champion.
Putting champion. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And cool thing is like that was the second time we've done like an indoor mini golf, or maybe
Yeah,
third time. First one, I don't know if you remember this, was when we lived in Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, the Twilight Zone. I don't know if it's still there. If you guys are in Vegas, go check it out. Let us know. Um, it's the Twilight Zone mini golf. I believe it
Mhm.
was underneath. Was it Bally's? I think it was Bally's,
I don't
which is now the
remember.
Horseshoe, or the. Is it the Horseshoe or the? Yeah, I think it's the Horseshoe, across the street from Bellagio.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
the Paris, but anyway, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Paris doesn't have, like, that underground area, but
No,
it
it
was
doesn't.
connected to the Paris. So the Horseshoe and Bally's were connected to each other, so you can get to one from the other.
Oh.
So there's, like, a breezeway with, like that's where, Guy Fieri's spot is, like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Flavor Town, that's what it's called.
Mhm.
It's a great name for a restaurant. Food was mid and really expensive. But,
Mhm.
for the Twilight Zone spot, I believe it was underneath, like, Bally's, which is now the Horseshoe, and, also, there is a Red Door escape room right there if you guys go check that out, it's pretty cool.
Ah,
Uh,
yeah.
but it's right there. It is Twilight Zone was the first one. Second one was with Tiff
Mhm.
in Kansas City, and, when we went it was what was that place called? Putters or, I think it started with an S. Sinker.
Yeah.
It was Sinkers
Oh,
out in
okay.
Kansas City, and, yeah, anyways, great spot. And then, tonight or this week was, Puttery, and the Puttery was really
Buttery,
cool.
yeah.
I get to do it a 4th time later this week, for work. We're celebrating my birthday plus 2, like, another birthday, maybe 2 other birthdays. I think everybody had a birthday. So, like, 3 people were celebrating, over
Oh.
something similar. So it's not the Puttery, but it's another one just like it.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, main character moment. Made the leaderboard at the Puttery,
Leaderboard.
and yeah. If you guys
I
want to challenge me in some mini golf, you better bring your A game. My goodness,
I
um,
felt robbed on one of the holes.
you got robbed on one of the holes.
Yeah, it
You
was
hit
the,
it
like, the
in the
last one on the
right.
course.
So yeah, that last one. Well, there was that one where you hit it into the hole that gives you like the access right to. You know how like when you're hitting, you're putting, right? They have
Mhm.
like the generic hole that sends you into like 1 or 2 slots that puts you out a little bit further away from where the hole is. But there's
Yeah.
always that one tricky spot that if you hit it just right, it should give you a hole in one. You hit that hole and it missed the hole in one by
Yeah.
like a centimeter. It was so close.
I know.
You got
I was like, "Are
you
you
got the
kidding
right
me?"
hole, and, yeah, anyways, Um, I just realized like our friends are so immature. They're gonna hear you got the right hole, and it's gonna get
Oh no.
yeah. Anyways, internet, I'm so sorry. Here,
It was
let's
fun
moving
too.
on.
Oh, I was just gonna say it was fun too. Like it was on a weekend, so there were a lot of people there. And we
Yeah.
like made friends with people in front of us and behind us. Like we were helping each other, like, ooh, hit it right here and you'll
Oh,
get it.
dude,
Like that was fun.
the one guy, the up and back hole, like you hit it all the way up and it's got to come all the way back.
Yeah.
It was like a par three or a par four, and I'm watching the group in front of us. They just instead of like hit it the length, there's that it was like a foot and a half tall, right? The
Yeah.
difference between like where the hole was, but it was right next to. So they just used the backside of the putter and chipped it up
Yeah.
onto the green, and I was like, "I'm stealing that move." Never in a million years would I have thought, "Just go over the rock."
Right.
Um, and so, yeah, I did it, and I landed right on the hole. Like, it was nice. It was I did it better than they did, and, they were the ones that came up with the move, so,
Hmm.
yeah, it was good, it was
Yeah,
fun.
that was funny. Cause I was like, no, I'm gonna follow the rules. And I don't know. I ended up
You
hitting the
maxed out
ball
the
like
hole. I think
six
you got, like, a
times.
6 on that one. I was like,
Yeah.
"You should just stop, like, you hit the max, let's go."
No.
Oh my goodness. It was fun. It was a good time. Anyways,
Yeah,
um,
it
yeah,
was
I,
good.
I think just having fun like that, making the leaderboard out of dude, so many people there playing.
Hmm.
And it's not like you can't, like I've gone to mini golf places where you have the paper card and you just don't keep track of score, you just play because
Oh yeah.
well, you know. But having that you have to like keep track of score and to move to the next hole. There's a live leaderboard with the amount of people that were playing yesterday. I mean, I felt kind of cool. I was like, "Hey, I'm up there." I went and
Yeah.
stood next to the board. New people coming in. I'm like at the leaderboard. I'm like, "Hey, it's me.
Me.
See this one right here? This one? You guys want a picture? You want a picture? Selfies?
Yeah.
Like I'll autograph it." And so yeah, I kissed some babies, shook some hands.
Hmm.
Um, wait, is it shaking babies and kissing hands? I don't remember.
Mm,
Um,
something.
anyways, yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Like I hadn't done it in a while, so I don't know. It made me feel like a kid again, I guess. So that was
yeah,
cool. And we I don't even know why, but like we came home and we were having dessert and ended up down like the YouTube rabbit hole of like old shows.
yeah, yeah. Those
And
live, like 24-hour live streams
yeah,
of like
yeah.
old insert show here. That was fun.
Yeah, and it like just made me think like, oh, what did I used to watch as a kid? Like I don't really think about it that much. And um I don't know. One of the things that I used to watch was Sailor Moon.
Okay.
Like I recently saw that as like an option of like watching live or whatever, and I was like, "Oh man, I haven't watched this in forever." And I realized that that was an anime.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Sailor Moon's
Yeah.
a great anime.
Like what? What?
You didn't know that?
I Not when I was a kid. I was just like, "Ooh, they have superpowers. I want to be a Sailor Scout."
I never wanted to be a Sailor Scout, but like I get it.
No. Oh no. I was going to ask you what your favorite Sailor Scout was.
Oh, I don't have one.
Fine, fine. And yeah, like it just made me think about anime and that I didn't think it was a big part of my life, but somehow it is.
Okay. Yeah.
um, what about you? You didn't watch Sailor Moon, but did you watch any anime growing up?
Um, yeah, I did. So like I did watch some Sailor Moon. Like let's be honest here. I used to stay up. So my brother and I would come back. Like we'd go visit our mom for the summers, and during that time, like Josh and I, we loved it. No rules, no like you stay up as late as you want. Like it was kind of nice.
Ooh.
So what we would do is we would watch like cartoons all night. Cartoon Network. Sailor Moon was part of that, part of the lineup of one of the well, like all our all nighters would include like Sailor Moon. Um,
Mhm.
so watched a little bit of it. It was kind of sandwiched between some other shows, but then we would always like watch the late night Cartoon Network stuff like Johnny Quest or
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
Speed Racer. Oh my gosh, I loved Speed Racer.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, Speed Racer. I forgot about that show.
oh my gosh, I loved Speed Racer. So good.
That's
And
an
honestly,
anime?
like those movies that came out, it was mid to like 2010s.
Mhm.
I loved those. I honestly, I'm a big Speed Racer fan. Like, just a huge. Oh, I loved it, and I thought those movies were fantastic. But they just, I guess they weren't big. Like, it wasn't a big movie, right? Speed Racer didn't
No.
do as well, um, and so like I'm sure that they'll never make another one. And if they do, it'll be, I mean, maybe lukewarm. It might make some money, it might not. Like He-Man was a really good example of that, where He-Man is a fantastic movie, but like isn't really doing the best at the box office. But like I think that they made that movie for streaming, so fingers crossed we get more of
Mm.
them. Because I need me more Jared Leto as Skeletor. Like that was so good. Anyways, yeah, going back to anime, I think that there were some anime that I watched really early on. Like
Mhm.
a little bit of Naruto, not a ton.
Oh, like that one's I've never watched any of that.
I checked it out because I had some friends that were into it, and to be fair, like today I would probably be more interested in it. Back then, like I casually watched it. I was really a big fan of Dragon Ball Z.
Mm.
Growing up, or Dragon Ball. And so
Find
really
out
enjoyed
next
Dragon
week.
Ball. And what's funny is like I never can I was like you with Sailor Moon, I didn't really consider these anime. I didn't know what anime was. I
Yeah.
just thought it was a cartoon. Um and to be fair, like anime is a specific genre to my understanding of like Japanese animation,
Yeah.
which is really cool. But there's so many subcategories. There's like sci-fi, there's cyberpunk, there's uh rom-coms, there's comedies, there's shonens, which is like what I really love is a good shonen um anime. But yeah, there's so many different types of stories. They tell visually they are way more cinematic and have
Yeah.
way more it's a specific type of animation when it comes to like the action or things that are happening within in the show. And so um he didn't realize growing up that some of these things were anime. But yeah, there was a lot that I watched growing up. I think I was introduced to it at a very young age. Um Cartoons were just kind of my jam. And so like
Mhm.
I loved would stay up late, like watching the Flintstones, right? Like Scooby Doo, Space Ghost. Like I could go on for for days about the cartoons we watched and the cartoons I loved. Like Bugs Bunny was I was a huge Bugs Bunny fan.
Mhm.
Martian Manhunter. Wait, no, that's DC. What's his name? The little Martian guy.
Was he just
I
Martian?
love, yeah, the from Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
Marvin
like
the
I don't.
Martian. Marvin the
Oh,
Martian.
yes.
I I love today, like I would probably wear Marvin the Martian merch easy. Like
Yeah.
I love the look and I loved his little attitude. He's like, "Nope, not dealing with you." Zap. Like
He's
uh
living your dream.
I don't know if that's my dream, but like yeah, it was fun. And I really enjoyed the character. But Yeah, so I mean, growing up with like cartoons and having some anime slip in, I didn't really realize that that's what it was. I think I'm more into anime today than I was back then. Not that it's ever changed for me, but yeah, I think that there's upon realizing that anime is coming like based off of like manga, right? Like so
Hmm.
there's like a reading aspect to it, and then there's like you watch the show, and a lot of times they're done really well. Um, to me, I love that because I love reading comic books,
Yeah.
and going from comic books to like Marvel or DC or any movie like um oh shoot, which any movie that's based off of a comic book, I'm a huge fan of
Hmm.
because that's just like what I grew up with, like how I one learned to read, and then getting to see like those heroes that I grew up with, just in on the big screen. So it's been a lot of fun. I think as a superhero fan, whether you love it or you hate it, you think some movies are great, some suck. Uh, as a superhero fan, we've been eating good for about 20 years. All right.
Yeah.
We before that we were starving. All right, but now we are eating good.
Crumbs.
Reg- Love or hate the DC universe, like, we've been eating good for a while, all right? Like,
Yeah.
this is all way better than in anything we've gotten. And to be fair, there were some really good, comic book movies, growing up, like Superman. Christopher Reeve did a fantastic job. Um,
Hmm.
uh, Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. But it wasn't until we got Spider-Man that comic book movies like really took off. Like
Yeah.
X-Men was good, right? And for the time that was like great, but we always had some complaints like why the black leather suits? And they poke fun at comic book accurate anything. And today we are getting everything that we've ever asked for. Wolverine
Yeah.
with a mask on. My next one is Batman with white eyes. Like make it
Oh
animation
man.
style. Like put the white eyes on Batman. We've been wanting it for a long time. Fingers crossed we finally get it. Because like there's proof of concept in Wolverine, like Deadpool and Wolverine. When he puts the mask on, you can't see his eyes. It's just the white eyes, and it worked. So yeah, really excited to see, what we're getting, because we're about to eat really good, I think, with comic book movies. Um, but yeah, we've been feasting for about 20 years, so it's been
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
happy for you.
so from that, I can do the same thing with anime. Is basically the point. Is like I can read the manga and then I can go and watch the anime. And typically, if I'm curious about a show, like if I see something on Netflix as I'm scrolling or on Hulu or Crunchyroll, um, and I'm like, ooh, that could be interesting. I'll often go and like look up the manga, read like
Mm.
a volume, and then be like, probably not. Like, I'm not gonna watch that one. I have so many people like recommending, you gotta watch this one, you gotta watch this one. I've gone to read some of the manga and decided probably not my thing, but
Uh-huh.
I'm happy that you love it, you know. So
Yeah.
because everybody has their shows. It's like back in the 2010s, I don't know. There were so many people talking about like Sex in the City, Desperate Housewives, Grey's Anatomy, this is that for like nerds. All right. Like,
Yeah. I
so
always thought
everybody's
like
going to have their own flavor
nerd.
and it might not be yours. And that's okay. I think I'm not going to yuck somebody's yum when it comes to what they like, but, it just might not be my thing. And I judge it based off of what I'm reading because oftentimes the anime is like really well portrayed from the manga. So.
Yeah. I I haven't really read a lot of the manga,
Mhm.
but that is true. Like, if I've ever really dove into any type of fandom, I'm like, just give me more. Like, I want any more content that you like I can find out there. And if you want a lot of content, you're gonna find it with like anime and manga. and I think it's
Yeah.
super cool.
I think one of my favorite like more rom-commy cozy type of shows is it's very family friendly. It's minus the violence. Spy Family.
Oh, yes.
So Spy Family, because it's about a little girl who's a telepath and that she can read her she's adopted, can read
Mhm.
her dad's mind and her mom's mind. They the dad being a super spy, the mom being an assassin. The mom and dad don't know about each other's secret lives,
Nope.
but Anya, the little girl, knows about both of theirs, and it is so good. I love that show. It is so much fun, and honestly, like I think there's something for everybody. If
Yes.
you have a genre that you really like, you're gonna probably find something that you really like. What was like one of the earliest anime outside of Sailor Moon? Like, what do you remember early on, and like how did you start getting into it?
I always feel like I'm saying the name wrong, but the Studio Ghibli movies,
Okay.
uh, I remember sometimes instead of renting movies, we would go check out movies from the library. And that was one of the ones that we had checked out. And it was My Neighbor Totoro. It
Oh,
actually
I love
kind of
Totoro.
like scared me as a kid.
Fair.
Like I feel that's one of the things that I think is cool about that type, like the Japanese animation, anime, is that they aren't afraid to like make things look weird or like not cutesy like
That's
how
fair.
Disney
Yeah.
does. And one of the characters in that movie is a bus, but it's a cat as well.
Hmm.
And it's not meant to be scary, but they meet the cat bus at night. And so it has like glowing eyes for like the headlights or whatever. And I'm pretty sure I had nightmares about it. But like, other than that, like, I loved that movie because especially the Studio Ghibli is very good at showing everyday life,
Hmm.
and the places that like people live are not perfect. They look like real life places, but they make the animation like and the way that they tell the stories makes everyday life or normal life beautiful.
Yeah.
And like I loved that as a kid. And also in the show, Totoro is like a forest spirit. And so
Hmm.
the little girls in the show get to have adventures with him or whatever. And uh it was just like a really sweet story. And I didn't realize that it was like an anime or whatever, but I loved it. Even though it scared me, I loved it.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of differences between like how our cartoons are made, like
Mhm.
American animation, and then like anime. A lot of differences in like the style and art choices. Sometimes it resonates with you, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think generally like there are so many of the different types of shows where things do seem a little out of place because we're not used to it. And so yeah, it can be a
Oh, yeah.
little scary. Like I remember watching a few like anime movies growing up where yeah, there were things in it that just made me feel uneasy.
Mhm.
I remember Princess Mononoke. We actually
Oh,
got that.
yeah.
I worked one of my first jobs was at a movie theater. And I remember one summer um Princess Mononoke was in one of our theaters for it was like a month. You
Mhm.
know, and I remember going in to watch it. Like so, as an employee, I could go in and watch whatever movie I wanted for free. And so I would pop in like on my breaks and like pick up pieces of it, or I would come in like either an hour or 2 hours before. This is what was nice, and I'm sure they loved it. is like I would show up before work. Like I'm a huge movie buff. So like
Yeah.
I would show up, watch the movie, still have a little bit of time before like I actually started work. So I would start working without clocking in, and then I would clock
Whoa.
and start working. Like I because I was already there. It's like, dude, am I gonna
Yeah.
walk home? Like, no. I didn't have a car. So like I would show up early and just watch movies. And anyways, Princess Mononoke was probably one of my first favorites. And it was also something that I was uh it was one of the few exposures I had, to a full feature film, like really early on. Or
Yeah.
not early on. This was like high school. So where I recognized that it was anime. Because everything else to me was just a cartoon. Like Dragon Ball is just a cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
Naruto just a cartoon. But like I mean, and then yeah, you get into some other shows. Disney. You mentioned Disney a second ago.
Yeah.
Everything's cutesy. Do you think that their animation style is about to change, or do you think they're gonna keep what uh they're what they've been making for the last forever?
I feel like I've recently seen things on Disney Plus where
Okay.
they're like embracing more of the anime style.
Okay.
And I feel like when we were growing up, that anime was very much like for the nerds or people
Nerd.
that like played a bunch of video games and weren't that were like more introverted.
You
Um
calling me a nerd?
and nerd. Um but now I feel like it's become more mainstream and it's like Disney is trying to catch up.
Yeah.
So I like to research stuff and I was researching anime and uh like the more modern anime was actually like their adaptation of Disney animation.
Mm,
And now I feel like it's flipped where
okay,
Disney's like,
that's
"Oh
interesting.
wait, like people love this. We got to get in on it somehow." Like it weren't they didn't they do like an anime style for like a Star Wars series or something like that on Disney Plus? I feel like they
Yes,
did.
I think they did. I mean, I think even the Clone Wars was like originally was a cartoon, and it was like an anime style move. Like it was anime essentially. Like it wasn't what we know Clone Wars, the show, to be today. The show, the
Hmm.
movie, all of it. Like there was something that predates all of the modern art styles that we have for that series. And it was a movie, and it was done in anime form. Like it is like I don't know that it was anime, but it was done in that art style. I think Disney, like you said, you've seen some stuff popping up. I think they feel like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now that may or may not be true. After we know one, I know one thing about Disney. Not we know. I know one thing about Disney.
Uh-huh.
Disney doesn't really set the trend like they used to,
Yeah.
and now they're and I can back this up, but like now they kind of follow what's popular because I don't think the Imagineers are doing much imagining anymore. Like when you really get to it,
Mm.
like if they were really setting the trend, there would be no need to buy things like Marvel, Star Wars, every other property. They threw their hat into the
Mhm.
DC ring, briefly. Like there's a lot there.
I think they owned Studio Ghibli for a while, actually. Or like partnered with them.
Right, they just bought Fox.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's if you were setting the trend, you would not worry about what anybody else is doing. I think that they kind of feel stuck. Like the Imagineers aren't imagining anymore. Imagination is gone from Disney. The
Oh
magic is
no.
gone, right? I mean, I I would argue that there hasn't been a good Disney movie, like a really good Disney movie in a long, long time. People will point to things like
Yeah.
Toy Story, and I'm like, that was Pixar. That was not Disney. Um, and like Disney saw the success of Pixar and was like, mine. Um, so this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it feels
And
more like a niche now.
right. And
Like
after
people that like
K-pop Demon
Disney.
Hunters, okay, where Netflix absolutely crushed the anime game with a global sensation. And it wasn't anime. Let's be honest, K-pop Demon Hunters was not anime, but it brought so many new people to anime. It
Mhm.
opened the door for a new art style to come in. I think Disney is like, we got to do it. We got to do it now. Like
Yeah.
DC's done it. We have anime Batman,
Mhm.
right? And those movies are fantastic. I love those. Like they're so much fun. They're kind of silly. They're kind of silly, but like they're self-aware. Like the joke, some of the stuff like the Joker does in that is insane, but it's also self-aware. It's like this is fiction. It's not supposed to be grounded in real. Like the
Oh,
Joker,
yeah.
it's great. If you guys haven't seen anime Batman, check it out. There's like two of them. Um,
Dang.
but yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Like, I mean, what are your other recommendations? Like, what have you been watching lately that you're like, you gotta check it out?
Well, I mean, we've talked about it before. We're watching One Piece right now. There's
Yeah.
1100 plus episodes of it's been running for what 20, 25 years. Um,
Yeah.
there's a lot of episodes of One Piece, but the first like we're right now where I think we're 300-ish episodes away from the end. We
Yes.
are catching up. We are in what's called an arc that's called Wano right now, which is we're getting there. Wano is a long arc. If
Mhm.
we know lifed it, we could get through and just like back to back to back to back to back with no sleep, right? We would get through Wano in I think a day and a half.
Oh man.
I think that it's like 1 day, 19 hours or something like that that it would take you to watch that entire arc. But it'll probably take us 2 months.
Yeah.
2, 3 months
Yeah.
to watch Wano. But so yeah, One Piece is one of those shows where right now, like I didn't think I'd ever get into it. Hearing 1100 episodes doesn't sound attractive when you're wanting a new show to watch. Like
Yeah.
to some people it might because like, oh, it's gonna keep me entertained for a long time.
Mhm.
Not me, dude. I wasn't a fan of it in the first season. Like that first arc, not the biggest fan. The art style wasn't my favorite. It just felt like it moved slow. Um, and some one of my friends said you have to wait, like give it an and I never do this. I struggle with people who are like, you got to give it 2 or 3 episodes.
What did
No,
they
I
tell you for
don't.
this
If it's
one?
not good in the first episode, I don't wanna watch it. Like, but this is one of those shows where it's like, okay, you heard 1 or 2 episodes a second ago, right?
Mhm. Yeah, what did they tell you?
You've gotta give this about 300 episodes.
No.
I'm like, I fought so hard. I was like, "Absolutely not. No way, no how. I don't wanna do that." So I started, you remember this. I'm playing it in the background of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching it loosely. I sit down on the couch, I watch it from time to time. It was about 305-ish episodes in. I'm like, "Oh wow, I love this show. I get this show." Like and the thing is it took that long for the progression. So there's a new
Yeah.
version of this coming out. It's called The One Piece. Extremely abridged. All of the fillers going to be gone. Each arc's going to be like between 10 and 15 episodes or something like that.
Whoa.
It's going to move quick. You're going to be able to catch up on One Piece really fast. And I think it's going to bring a lot of people to the show.
Oh yeah.
My favorite is Hunter x Hunter. Like I said, I love a good shonen. Hunter x Hunter is like it is my favorite shonen, and it's my favorite anime. Like, I think the character development was done really well. The different characters you've got, um, the team that moves throughout the entire thing. The
Hmm.
antagonist who's like with them. Like, what I love about that is like the main antagonist is with them from the time that they. So the
Yeah.
show is that they are getting licenses to be hunters, and as a hunter they have free reign to go and travel and do certain things. So uh there's a villain who progresses with them to the hunter licensing exam
Hmm.
as a part of their class,
Yeah.
right? Like, he's a part of their class. Great villain. Great villain. I love him. He's one of my favorite characters, and it's a little problematic too that he's because like he's problematic as a character.
Yeah.
But my favorite character from that show is gonna be Killua. Killua's the cool guy, comes
He
from the
is.
cool
Yeah.
family, you know. But I think there's something to love about every one of those characters in the show.
Hmm.
So one of my favorites, Karapika, who York New City, that arc, it's my favorite arc in the show. Um, just done really well. So um,
Yeah. There's
yeah,
always
I would
such a
recommend
wide array
Hunter x Hunter.
of characters that you can find one that you relate to,
Oh yeah.
which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I think there are well, I think to me what a really good anime is when you can connect and like relate to multiple characters in the show, not just one. And so I think that what I like about Hunter x Hunter is there are times where I relate to Gon. There are times where I relate to Killua. There are times where I relate to Leoria. There's times where I relate to everybody in that show, the villains included. Like, it's just done really well. The storytelling in all anime that I've watched has just been fantastic. Another one
Yeah.
that I've really enjoyed is one that's like less not a lot of people really talk about it. So I think it's kind of like off to the side. But
Mm.
Desert Punk has done really well.
Oh, I've never even heard of it.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's how to explain it. It's one you just have to check out. I liked it. Um, Bleach, classic. I think Bleach is a
Mm,
classic. Mouse is another classic. Not all of them are family friendly. Some of them
yeah.
too much
Yeah.
violence. What is the first thing you think about when you think of anime?
Um. Well, I mean, like before, like I thought, like nerd.
Yeah.
Um. And kind of, and yeah, that like if I start watching it, I'm gonna be watching it forever. And
Mhm.
does the story ever conclude? Um. And it was cool, like as far as concluding, it was cool to like jump in and watch an anime conclude, which was like My Hero
Yeah.
Academia.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Like we got in time to where we watched the conclusion like live or whatever. Um
Yeah. Well, 2 weeks after the
yeah.
the 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 subbed episode came out, you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, sub or dub.
Mhm.
Who are
There's
you?
some. I mean, we can talk about that in a second.
But and yeah, just always the like next time on, like it was
Next
always
time on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, or like
What
what's
I
gonna
say that all
happen
the time.
next on Pokemon.
Yeah. uh, one of the things that I say all the time is next time on Dragon Ball Z because it felt like it was all the time. Like,
Yes.
you watch 10 minutes and it's like next time on, and it's like, well, dude, you just started. But
They're
it
just
also
powering
like
up.
if you only have a 30-minute time slot and you spend the first 10 minutes on your intro, then you only get 10 minutes of the actual show. So yeah, it was always pretty quick. If you want to start watching an anime, just find something without intros. Like they've got them out there on the
Mm,
internet somewhere. You
yeah.
can find all of the episodes without intros, so that you're not wasting 10 minutes at the front end of a video. Um,
Yep. What about you? What did you think when you heard the name anime?
what did I think when I heard of anime? The first, so like going back to earlier when we were talking about it, one of the first things that I didn't really understand what anime was. I think that a lot of times somebody would say like, "Oh, I'm watching anime," and I'm like, "You mean cartoons?" And they're like, "No, it's anime." And I was like, "Okay, cool, yeah, I watch anime too, bro." Like Phineas and Ferb, SpongeBob, like it was dumb, but like American animation to me, fit the bill at the time, but then
Yeah.
I come to understand what anime is, and I'm like, "Oh, I've been watching that my whole life. I just didn't know." So w- before I really understood anime, I think one of the things that I always thought about was like boobies.
Yep.
Like, does I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a family friend. I mean, yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. I'm thinking Spy
Yeah,
Family.
I'm gonna say not
Yours pretty
really.
jacked. Like, um, you've always got somebody with some big old boobies. Like, whether like in
Yep.
Spy Family, it's the mom. in in like, well, One Piece, it's Nami, it's everybody, it's everyone. Like,
Oh yeah.
okay, so when they did the live action One Piece, and I hop on Twitter, and one of the complaints was like, it's not real enough, doesn't look like the character. And it's like, you guys are just mad because they don't have boobies like they do in the anime. Like, calm
Right.
down, it's fine. They look great as the character. um so yeah, anyways, can't please everybody.
Yes,
But
yeah. Like I always heard of like the schoolgirl like aesthetic or yeah, big boobies. And I was like, no, I can't watch that.
I don't so is okay, so there was a movie that I remember um watching at a friend's house. You guys, because like I was
Man,
never
Friends
able
came
to
in
watch.
clutch.
What's that?
Friends came in clutch.
Dude, so everybody had that friend who could watch whatever they wanted, or
Yep.
watch like rated R movies. And like, w- dude, I grew up in the house where if it was rated PG-13 and I was 12, I couldn't watch it. Like,
Right. Yep.
my stepmom was like, "No."
Nope.
Yeah, and I was like, "But all my friends are watching it, and I
I don't
don't
care.
care." Yeah, exactly. So I always had that friend who could watch
Hmm.
whatever they wanted. So I go over to this friend's house, and I don't know why I air quoted that. And in this friend's house, he's watching this movie. It is called oh shoot, something 2000. I think it's Heavy Metal 2000. I don't know if that's the actual name of it. It could be.
Hmm.
Y'all chat can check me on this. Um Heavy Metal 2000, I believe, was the name of the movie. It might just be Heavy Metal. Um but it was like the cover art was like this lady with some big old boobies and a metal bra riding on like a dragon.
Whoa.
And I was like, "Hey yo."
I need to
um
check that out.
yeah, she's wearing a loincloth and there's booty halfway like, I walked in and I saw booty. I was like, "What we watching?" Like, anyways,
I'm
um,
in.
sold. I'm hanging out here today. Um, but yeah, so I think I didn't know that that was, I think, an anime movie.
Mhm.
I don't know what that movie's about today. No idea. But the animation style was just different. And so when I thought of anime, I thought of stuff like that, where it was extremely provocative. Uh, you know, uh boobies everywhere. I was gonna say ass titties, just like thrown out there for everybody to see.
Yeah,
Um, but I mean, it wasn't quite that far. But like, yeah. Anyways,
yeah.
some people would say like, that there's other things that came to mind. That's just what came to mind for me.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what I was exposed to or like heard about it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was like, I don't think that's for me. So I never like really checked it out unless it was like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because it was on TV like already.
For Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah. I didn't get
Yeah,
into that, but yeah, that's
I
true.
did. I loved Yu-Gi. So
Yeah.
I think that there was this era of time where people were like all in on Pokemon. Were like
Hmm.
all in. It was like choose your card game. Is it
Yep.
Pokemon, which is vastly bigger than any other, I would say, card game. Like, yeah, there's other card games that are big, but like Pokemon, everybody knows it. Everybody goes out.
Everyone knows
Not
about it.
everybody.
Yep.
People go out of their way for Pokemon. Pokemon Go, global, global thing. Generally, I think Pokemon never going anywhere. Um, but yeah, it was like a choose your card game era, whereas like people were
Yeah.
playing Magic, they're playing Pokemon, playing Yu-Gi-Oh, uh, Digimon was a thing.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I was a Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh fan. Um, more
Dang.
more Yu-Gi-Oh. I still to this day play Yu-Gi-Oh. I love it. It's a fun game. Um, Now as a video game, it's got problems, but as a card game, it's fantastic. um, but yeah, I think that it was a choose your card game era. I love
Hmm.
Pokemon. I'm an Eevee fan. Um, but
Ooh, like the original
I
or
am a Gen
evolution.
1 Pokemon stan. Like you can't I think anything that comes afterwards is just like one tries to reinvent the wheel sometimes a little too much, and the original was always better. You're never going to one up what you came out with originally. And so Eevee, the original, my favorite. There are
Hmm.
versions of Eevee, like evolutions that are cool, but
Yeah.
like no, the original, the OG, is the best. Sorry. Um, but yeah, so I think that yeah, when it came to the choose your own card game version of anime, Yu-Gi-Oh was just what I know lifed. I loved it. It was my favorite.
Hmm.
And I mean that Gen 1 Yu-Gi-Oh, still Gen 1. Like dude, I think that it's just when I came into it, right? Like Gen 1 was going to be is to me is like the golden standard. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's so fun that like you're still doing it today or whatever.
nerd.
No. Yeah, I feel like I I didn't like really grow up with being into that type of stuff, and
Mhm.
so I felt like getting into it as an adult, I liked that there was like a variety so that there is like something for everyone. And um, my like recommendations to people are going to be very different from yours.
Yeah.
Um, like I do love like My Hero Academia and Hunter x Hunter. Those were fun. Um, and I would definitely recommend One Piece. It just has great storytelling.
The One Piece. Don't watch One Piece.
Okay,
You're gonna
fine.
have One Piece fans. Like I'm not gonna be one of them, right? You're gonna have One Piece fans. Like here, if you haven't watched all 1,200 episodes of One Piece, you can't be a real fan. Like I'm never gonna be that guy. Okay, watch the One Piece. Just get caught up on everything because it's just gonna be shorter. It's gonna be more palatable. All right.
Yeah.
I would
Or
never
even the
look.
live action.
Yeah. Well, live action. does really well at keeping to the source material. Oda, the author, right, of the manga,
The manga, yeah.
is a consultant on that show. So it's all above board. I'm a fan. But don't watch that. Like watch it and enjoy it, but like it's not as good. Period.
Well, I just feel
Period.
like it's kind of a gateway for people because like
Sure.
there've been a
They're
bunch of
never gonna
people
get
that
to
have been like, "I
Marineford.
love
They're
that
never gonna get
show."
they're never gonna get to Marineford. They're never gonna get to Wano. They're never gonna get to Laugh Tale. Like it's never happening. Like they're gonna be 50. Like those actors are gonna be so old by the time Luffy becomes king of the pirates. And this is a show about a kid who, in the span of his childhood, it looks like, is becoming king of the pirates. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, I just meant like I've seen a lot of people that have watched the live action and are like, "Well, now I have to watch the anime because they
Sure.
liked the live action so much." It's like, "I need more story." And look at this. There's 1100 episodes of story.
Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be there are some people who go to the library and choose the biggest book they can find. That's just not me. All right. Give me a couple of quick reads. Don't give me the encyclopedia. All right. I'm not gonna read the encyclopedia. Like when there's a book that's like a compilation of smaller books, just give me the smaller books. I'll read those so much faster than I would
Mhm.
ever read the big book. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't. Mentally, I check out. I start reading through the big thing and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to read that anymore. Um, like it's insane. It's insane.
Well,
There's
then
like
oh,
no, I was gonna say like even like that's why I love comic books, right? That's
yeah.
why I love comic books. Um, one story, boom, you're done. Not really, because you got to continue to follow that story, but like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
break it in, it's palatable. They break it into pieces for you. It's like when I'm reading the Bible, it's like because it's so much. And
Yeah.
those early books, it's like, do I really have to read all the genealogy? Like, because it's a bunch of names that I'm never gonna remember. Like that's the hard part. Is like I just break it into books and I'll probably read them all like fast. Leave it in that big thing. It's gonna be a while.
Yeah,
So,
true. Well, I will recommend a shorter one to you then.
sounds great.
It is Delicious in Dungeon.
Ooh, have
So
you?
it's
Yeah, have you started that?
yeah, it's on Netflix. I think there's only one season, but they have been like greenlighted for another season.
Mhm.
And yeah, like each episode you could just watch it and that would be it, or you can go along for the whole storyline. And it's a dungeon crawler. So
Oh,
it's a
cool.
group of heroes that are together going through dungeons, and instead of like packing all their food with them, they eat the monsters that they defeat. So there's a cooking aspect.
I think it was called. There's another one called Bakura. I, th- I think it's Bakura. It
Oh,
might be Bafura. Um, and it is about a girl. It's a shonen, but it's about a girl who is it's a female protagonist who in how she levels up. She only levels up her defense,
mm-hmm.
and how she levels up is she eats the monsters that she fights. She's really bad at fighting. And so she gets to the point of like near death almost every time, but
Yeah.
like eats the monster to gain new powers. And yeah, anyways, it's pretty fun. So if you guys haven't seen that, I think it's called Bafura. You can find it on Netflix. Also, what do you think about Netflix becoming the leader in anime, um, taking over Crunchyroll?
Yeah.
Crunchyroll had like a massive data leak here
Oh
recently
no.
where credit cards, profile information like names, addresses, everything was leaked. Um and I don't know if they saw a big decline in their business, but I know during that time it was like also reported that Netflix had become like the leader globally in anime streams, which is kind of
Dang.
cool. Um, so if you guys don't want to go and get Crunchyroll, but want to dive into anime, Netflix is where you want to be. Like
Oh
honestly, I've
yeah.
been looking at cutting back on like subscriptions, and I'm like, man, I know I paid for like the year on Crunchyroll, but like, I don't know if I'm gonna do Crunchyroll next year. I think if Netflix has everything that I want to watch, like, might just stay on, just do Netflix.
Yeah.
feels like the place to be. So,
Yeah, you don't need
for
like an
a good price.
extra streaming service anymore
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's become more popular. I feel like that,
Man,
yeah, the bigger.
I- we can talk about streaming services on another podcast, but like, I am irritated about how like it was the answer to cable, and now cable's the answer to streaming services. It's so annoying, and cable's not good. It is not good, but I'd rather have cable right now than than another streaming service.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of streaming services, man. Like
Next
you're,
time on House of
you're telling
Wise.
me I can pay 90 to $110 a month for internet and cable and a phone line that I'll never use,
Hmm.
right? Like, versus whatever you pay for all of your subscriptions every month.
Yeah,
It's
it's
insane.
harder to keep track of, so you're probably paying more and you don't realize
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Yeah, I hated it. Anyways, not a fan. But yeah, dude, thank you for the chat on anime today.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's so popular today than it, why do you think the popularity is where it is today versus where it was in the past?
Um, that was something that I wasn't sure about. I feel like maybe because of like the movies like K-pop Demon Hunter that you talked about, people are like, oh, like this is fun. Like the or just like Asian culture in general, I feel like has become more popular, especially with just K-pop.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day, like, what is like this generation's music? Like, what are they kind of known for? Like, when you think of like Gen Z or Gen Alpha, like, what music defines their generation? And I feel like one of them is K-pop. I like
Oh, 100%.
with groups like Blackpink and BTS,
And
in the past
Twice
10 years or
and
whatever, just
yeah.
blowing up, being the hugest uh, singing groups in the world. And I
Mhm.
feel like, yeah, there's just been a lot more exposure to those cultures and people. And I think people are kind of getting tired of the American, uh, like, just movies and shows because we are kind of just recycling things. And so people are able to, with the internet, look elsewhere and, hey, there's this thing I kind of heard about when I was growing up called anime. Maybe I'll check it out. And there's just so much to discover with anime. And yeah, like there's something for everyone. So I think it's just, and also too, I know it's kind of scattered, but also too, I feel like it's more mainstream to play video games. And I feel like video games and anime kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like, oh, it's fun, it's okay and cool to play video games now. I can come out of the closet and talk more about my anime that I love.
Um
What? Yeah, like what are
yeah.
that was a lot of like scattered random thoughts. Maybe
No,
you
you're
have
fine.
more of a coherent thought.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's more coherent. I think I do disagree a slightly, not entirely. Um, I think that where I think it's so popular is not necessarily people being like fatigued of the American cartoon or animation style or anything. I think people are just sick of bad storytelling.
Mm,
Um, Anime does a really good job at telling really good stories. American animation doesn't. They don't. Um, and so I think that from my perspective, I noticed that anime having way better stories, animation that keeps you engaged and active, like actively like watching, that's people are going to naturally gravitate to it versus like take on season 30 of SpongeBob, right? Like it's and I think SpongeBob is even done, right? They're not making new ones or they are. And if they
I have
are,
no idea.
dude, stop. um, but yeah, I just don't think there's enough. Like The Simpsons is great, and I think that in some ways The Simpsons has gotten a little lazy. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think people are just done with like poor storytelling. It used to be that, you know, we told really good stories through animation.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that anymore. Like we're remaking stuff, we're rehashing stuff. We're doing sequel after sequel after sequel that are just like shittier and shittier and shittier. So it's like, let's get something good. And it's anime. And yeah, I think
Yeah.
that culturally, like uh whether it's like Korean, Japanese, Chinese culture, I think that those cultures are largely impacting us for a few different reasons. Like we have a lot of like military personnel who spend a lot of time in Korea or in Japan,
Mm,
and often will bring some of that stuff home with them. I think that just having the trade networks that we do today, like the distribution of certain types of shows and stuff, being like widely distributed, I think that's
yeah.
great, and that's part of it. But I think that like there are those aspects of like where you have like your soldier station in Korea, and whether or not family lived in Korea with them, you know, they're bringing it back, they're sharing it with kids, sharing it with friends, and,
Yeah.
you know, it just kind of grows that way. So, yeah, there's some organic, growth of, like, anime here in the US, but I also think that some of it is just distribution, um, where everything used to be domestically distributed, but now we have
Hmm.
more of a global distribution for a lot of things,
Yeah.
and people get to pick and choose what they like, and so yeah, I think that's where my perspective really comes in to think that it's mostly just bad storytelling. Like people are sick of bad storytelling. I've been saying it for years. Like movies coming out of Hollywood suck. Um, I'm sick of like remake after remake after remake of things that only came out 10 years ago. It's like
Yeah.
why? Um, like I mean, even like the remake of Harry Potter, like that's been 20 years, but it still feels too soon. Why? Because those movies were pretty timeless. Like
Yes.
I think Christopher Columbus did a real is that his name? Chris
Yeah.
the yeah. I think he did a really good job making a movie that stood for 20 years and is still relevant. Like I know that regardless of how you feel about the creator, those movies have stood the test of time.
Yeah.
It's still a widely popular franchise. Other than a money grab, no reason to remake it.
Hmm.
So, um, and I feel that way about a few different movies and projects and things like that. But like, I think that things that have been around, things that deserve a remake, aren't being remade. Um, I was excited about He-Man, Masters of the Universe, because I haven't seen anything He-Man related in like 20 years, 30 years.
Yeah.
It has been a long time. Yeah, sure, they had the She-Ra show on Netflix and things that just kind of flopped, but like we haven't gotten a live action He-Man since Dolph Lundgren was He-Man, right? Like we haven't gotten a new live action version of that. And they did a really good job with that version of He-Man, with this version of He-Man.
Yeah.
Um, really excited. Like I said, I need more Skeletor in my life. Um, but um, yeah, I thought that they did a really good job. And if Hollywood continues to go down like the route of remaking quality things that have been out of the public sphere for a while, like remake it, bring it back to relevance, sure.
Hmm.
Never-ending Story probably needs a remake.
Ooh.
I loved Never-ending Story. I grew up on
Hmm.
those movies. I loved them. Um, but I think that we could remake that in a really fun way today. Um,
Oh yeah.
Labyrinth, another great movie, right? Like,
Mm.
does it need a remake? Maybe, maybe not. Goonies could be just another fun one to do. But like we're not remaking classics, we're remaking Harry Potter, which could be a classic if we left it alone for a little bit longer, right?
Yes.
Like yeah, I don't know. Bad storytelling in Hollywood drives people to find good things, and with the networks that we have,
Yeah.
um I think a lot of people are gravitating to anime. Long, convoluted, not maybe not convoluted, but just a long-winded answer. Sorry about
Yeah, and along with that, like, it's not afraid because it's a different culture, I feel like they are not afraid to explore different, like, types of stories. Like, I feel
yeah.
like in America, it is like, "Oh, yeah, I get the happy ending." But that's not how stories are told everywhere. And so having that variety of storytelling is great,
Yeah.
I think.
And some people grow up with it. Like I think there are a lot of people who grow up with anime. Like there it's a part of th- wh- it's a part of the culture that they're engaging in like from an early age.
Hmm.
You know, as I think early millennials, we haven't had that same experience where we grow up where anime is popular. So I think that you know, for people like in our neck of the woods age wise, uh, it's something that maybe a little more foreign, right? Like, why would people watch that? Why would somebody choose that? Um,
Yeah. Why are you watching
you know,
cartoons?
exactly. Why are you watching cartoons? And you know, I think that there's some. I think a lot of younger, like millennials and younger, will definitely understand. Like, uh, it's just great storytelling. It's really entertaining. You know, I think there's a lot of people roughly our age who do enjoy it, but I think that you know our demographic, a little bit older than us, you know, it's something that they haven't necessarily like found is because it wasn't popular or it's just never been something that they've culturally like dove into. Um, so for us
Yeah.
having to explore to get to that point where we're like, oh yeah, no, this is a thing, but this has also been a thing for most of our lives. We just didn't recognize it as such. Um, you know, others, you know, who are younger, they have it already like baked in as part of like what they're watching and being brought up with, which is
Yeah.
really cool. So,
Yeah.
so
I
it's not
think,
always bad storytelling. It could just be that you were brought up with this, but I think that for people my age and older, bad storytelling has brought us closer to anime.
yes. Yeah. So I think a good lesson is like try something new.
Yeah,
Like maybe anime isn't for you, but maybe like try it out if you haven't ever really gotten into it. And uh yeah, maybe you'd connect with your nieces and nephews or your kids because
yeah,
they're watching it.
Maybe. Um, you know what would be really cool? To see like Aesop's fables brought into anime. Not maybe not like as Aesop's
Mm.
fables, but like the premise, the underlying morals of some of those fables. Like, I think it'd be cool. Cool to
Yeah.
see. I mean, you already do get like a lot of really solid morality choices in these shows, but I think it'd be cool to have like a lesson involved. Like
Yeah.
predominant like lesson in Aesop's fables to me is one of those it's one of those compilation of stories where um everything has a lesson, and so it's kind of cool to like I don't know what the purpose of that was. It could have been entertainment back in its day, but
Mm.
I think that part of it was also like setting up a cultural, like a societal norm, like, hey, we should do this, we shouldn't do this, um yeah, anyways, I think that'd be cool to see in anime. So
Oh, yeah, and maybe it exists. Maybe we
maybe it does.
gotta just
We
find
just gotta
it.
find it.
But
All
yeah,
right.
thanks for, going down this rabbit hole of, like, a random thought
Absolutely.
I had this week.
No, absolutely. And thanks for bringing the topic today. I think this is really good conversation, and yeah, it's just been a lot of fun to kind of get into why anime may or may not be like big in your life, or reasons why somebody might like it. So yeah, thanks for bringing this one up.
Yeah, yeah. Drop your favorite animes down in chat
Yeah,
or
if you're watching this on YouTube, let us know what your favorite anime is. Let us know what your
yeah,
first thoughts were about anime. If there's
yeah,
anything that
leave that.
resonated with you today, just let us know about it down in the comments. If you're on Spotify, follow. You can leave comments on Spotify too. We've got some comments
Mhm.
on there. I think uh I we might not respond to the Spotify ones as much. I don't know if we can, but
Yeah, I have no
YouTube
idea.
definitely respond to you there. But yeah, follow us on either one, YouTube, Spotify, and as always, thank you so much, and be good, do good, call your mom. We'll see you next week.
Bye.